Welcome to Sports Unleashed on a Monday night, and it's a different setup altogether. We're at legendary Greyhound Field with Coach Mark Hinsley. And, Coach, we normally don't have a Sports Unleashed over at the football field, but we normally don't have a spring football game. So what in the world's going on tonight?
Well, we didn't get to do it last year, which we didn't get to a lot of stuff last year. But, every year we've tried to do a spring football game. And what it is, it's pretty much the end of our spring football practices that we just try to have a game. And if the numbers are right, in which they are, we try to, we have two options. We can either play the number ones versus whoever's left over, or we can try to divide it up best we can and play orange versus black, and that's what we're going to do tonight.
Well, I looked at the lineup, and then I watched the guys come out early. I saw a lot of athletes, and that's what I expected to see.
You do, and I think I told you over the phone. And I was telling everybody we're going to see speed, and that's that's what we pride on, and that's what we're going to see tonight.
Coach, kind of tell us what, leading up to this point in the weight room, still a difficult time, the way school has been, but tell us how overall everything has gone leading up to this point.
I think if you look, obviously kids get a year older, they get a year bigger, but you're seeing kids now that are thicker in their chest, they're thicker in their arms. You're seeing kind of what supersetting does, and that's been a thing, a buzzword I've been telling you, I've been telling everybody that we're supersetting this year, and I think it's made a big difference because for 45 minutes they're doing something. They're never just standing there. So I think the weight room has helped a lot. And in any good program, the weight room establishes what you do in the season. It does everything, especially in off season. So it's really helped us get to this point, and I think it's going to help in strengthening and injury prevention. So really hoping that we'll see that summer into the next season.
Well, let's talk a little bit. You say we divide them up orange and black and divided them up equally. Kind of tell us about the format of what we're going to see coming up.
Dave, it's a straight game. We were going to do a couple things leading up to this, but the kids are hungry. They're ready to go. We're ready. I mean, everything's set up ready like a full football game, so we're going to get right after. We're going to stretch them up, then we're going to split them up, get a yell, orange, black, and it's going to be 4 10-minute quarters of just seeing what the best we got.
One of our concerns coming in was offensive and defensive line, and I know these kids have really improved, and you don't ever have too many of those guys. Where do we stand there? Talk about the offensive defensive line.
I think your first depth. Now, obviously, we don't have the first team offensive line on either side of the ball. It's still separated, but you're going to see an offensive line. That first group, very, very intelligent. There's things that we've put on their plate this spring so far that they have just took on and they haven't forgotten it, and that's what we've been needing. Now, we don't necessarily have the size at certain spots we want, but we've got the intelligence and we've got the grit. So you're going to see a very good first group, and the thing about this summer that's going to be so important leading to the next season is depth in those positions. And if we can establish a little bit of depth at some key positions, offensive and defensive line, it's going to be real fun. Defensive line, we're moving into a three-front more, mainly for personnel, but for a lot of different reasons. And I think you're going to see a more disruptive defensive line, even with 3 men, than you would see with 4 men. So because of who they are and what they can do.
Well, you could put athletes out there at outside linebacker or defensive end trying to make it the 5 front. You got guys that can run, and defensively, I think this is going to be a very, very fast football team.
It is. When you talk about speed and you talk about having more linebacker-type kids than we have D-linemen, it makes sense. So you're going to see a lot of kids taking up space and fast to the football, and I hope we see a good defensive effort tonight.
Here would be my question. I guess I need to ask the offensive coordinator, but how do you share the football because we've got so many weapons?
You got to be very creative. You got to find a way to get those guys touches, and that's been the thing this spring is finding the running backs time, but it's the receivers that we have so many of that trying to find them a chance to get them the ball has been hard, but it's a good problem, but it's still a problem.
Well, good luck tonight, and it's a good start for the Newport Greyhounds, and always, my friend,
go Hounds.
Back upstairs.
We're here at legendary Greyhound Field, and we've got an orange and black game, spring game for tonight. And, boy, it's just exciting, and it doesn't feel like it's football season yet. Although the weather does, it almost feels like one of those October nights with a little cold front we got today. But I'm excited to see all the athletes. As Hinsley said earlier, going to the 3-4, talking a little bit about defense with the 3-4, I love the idea. It gets us more athletes, and I think it fits our personnel. And that's what Mark Hinsley can do. He can look at his team, and he can adjust every year.
Well, that's what good coaches, great coaches do, Hayden. They take into consideration the personnel that they have, the situation that they're in. You look at different things, not only in personnel, but, how guys are coached. Are they aggressive? Are they, just different things that are taken into account. But, yeah, he's the master at that. And I'm just excited to be here at Greyhound Field, man. It feels like a fall afternoon. It feels like one of those early season games, in October. And Just really, really excited to be here. I want to remind everybody that Jackson Funeral Home is at 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue. Our family serving your family, providing care and comfort in your family's time of need. Also, Merchants and Planters Bank. They have offices in several locations in northeast and north central Arkansas, including 2 locations right here in Newport. We have the latest technologies in the banking industry while still providing hometown care and service, and you can pay with your Visa debit card now or pay with your phone or watch. For details, call Merchants and Planters Bank at 870-523-3601. Also, Dye Scrap Metal Recycling Center, new building at 3924 Highway 367 North. We buy cars, iron, copper, cans, brass, steel, stainless, electric motors, and much, much more. Give us a call, 870-523-3858. We're just about underway. The orange and black game here, 2021. Just an exciting day, Hayden.
I like that we go to one sideline, one goes to the other, and playing a real football game amongst yourselves. I remember when my senior year, we had 30 kids, so you don't really have that luxury of doing that type thing.
Right.
30. Yeah, we'd get after you. And I think this is what we got this year, too. I think the biggest problem for Jordan Johnson is who's he going to give the ball to consistently. And you look at every weapon we have and all these guys at receiver, kind of like Hinsley was talking about, receiver's kind of the problem. I think running back's the problem. You talk about Nunk, CJ, Ballantyne, Keyron Childress. I mean, you're talking about 4 guys who would probably go be the number 1 running back anywhere else in the conference.
There's no doubt about it. We've got athletes on both sides of the football. Got some great young guys coming up that are going to contribute. Got some middle-classmen, the junior class that contributed last year that we're looking forward to have big seasons this year, and it's going to be a good year for the Hounds. We're just about ready to start. I love that we've got the referees. Like you said, it's a real football game.
A chain game. We got the clock. Everybody. I mean, this is as good as it gets other than the coaches are on the field.
Absolutely.
And Dave.
David Black may be giving us some sideline reports from time to time. Here we go. Hayden Schultz with the play-by-play.
Here's the snap, and we go handoff and played very, very well. And ball on the ground, but they're going to say he was down. It's Keyron Childress who's going to be brought down for a loss for a couple. We're trying to get everyone named that we can, but it's going to be hard tonight considering the black team does not have numbers on their jerseys, and the orange, it's their practice jerseys. But we'll do the best that we can. That's Braxton in at the quarterback position for the orange team. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Second down, they throw the tunnel screen. That's Kendall. Stiff arm, and it's snuffed out. Or the black team getting after it on defense here.
Well, I tell you, that's just played picture perfect. You couldn't play it any better as a defensive back position. Just to see 2 guys, you talk about the numbers there. I see number 5, which should be.
That's Kylan Cripe.
Kylan Cripe. Also number 6, which should be Jamariel Ballantyne.
I see B.J. Elston out there.
B.J. Elston, number 4.
Brandon Curry out there. I see
This is Curry at the defensive back in the white shirt.
Outside linebacker, yes.
Outside
C.J.
linebacker,
Young in there. Kylan Cripe. Kylan Ellis as well. Here's a snap on 3rd down and long. Braxton going to air out. He's got Kendall. Kendall goes up and just can't come up with it. Boy, that's 2 athletes right there, Kylan Cripe and Isaiah Kendall.
Well, on a 50-50 ball, you never know. Either man is capable of making that play, and Cripe just won the battle there.
That's what's exciting about this. You take a guy like Kendall who had one of those years last year as a 10th grader and ended up getting a couple of offers this year. And then you talk about a guy like Kylan Cripe, who I think is a guy that's going to just step right in and be a playmaker.
Oh, there's no doubt. Kylan Cripe, we got to see him some the postseason this year in basketball, and man, what an athlete! The guy could just do it all. Not an overly, not a huge guy, not just a real big guy, but nice frame, athletic build, just quick, strong, can jump. Just an athlete, Hayden.
He's going to do the punting here. And not a very good punt, but it's going to help his team because he plays for the black squad, so they're going to get the ball right around the 35-yard line.
Think that might have been intentional?
I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't even punted it.
Over his head, safety.
We'll take 2. I'm trying to win.
I want to remind everybody that C&M Ag Depot is at 2900 Highway 367 North in Newport. We offer a wide variety of hunting supplies, Carhartt clothing, lacrosse boots, Milwaukee, and DeWalt power tools. Before you shop out of town, check out our inventory at C&M Ag Depot and give us a call at 870-523-6766. Also, Kenny Chop Fletcher, Fletcher Land Surveying. Before you build that fence, make sure you have accurate boundaries. Kenny Fletcher can fix you up. Give him a call, 870-523-5625. Go Hounds from Fletcher Land Surveying.
1st and 10 here from the 35. DJ Marshall at quarterback. And here comes motion. Here's a snap. Going to throw the little tunnel out. And played well by Kendall right there for a loss.
Kendall with some aggression early there. I like it. I like it.
I like it, too. You get to do a little smack talk here. Refs aren't going to throw you out. It's your buddies. Get a little bragging rights.
That's exactly right. Kind of carry on into the fall or summer workout and into the fall season.
I see Tristan Griffin out there. Like we said, we'll try to get as many people as we can. There's Josh Drennan down here at the bottom with Crite.
Kieron Childress.
Tristan
Griffin.
2nd and 12 from the 37. Snap, and they go Young, and Young picks up a couple there. Brought down by Nunk.
Just a hard-nosed downhill runner right there.
And Hardaway in on the tackle as well for the Orange squad.
C.J. Young, junior.
He's a junior.
And a contributor as a sophomore. Actually, contributor as a freshman. Got to move up his 9th grade year, as several of them did. But got in and played and did really, really well as a freshman.
Well, I like this. Trips at the top with a single receiver at the bottom, and that's who Marshall's going to go to one-on-one. That's Crite running by. Childress goes up, and Childress with good defense there, and it comes up incomplete.
Childress looked to be beat on the initial snap of the football. Makes up some ground there to bat the ball away from Crite.
It's going to be 4th down and 10 from the 35, and it looks like the black team's going to go for it.
6:57 to go here in the first quarter. As Hayden said, it's 4th and 10, and they're going to go. I like it. Nothing to lose here, Hayden.
Gomez, Jarrett, Keedy, Lewis, Reed, Abel, Rowland, Perez, Taylor, Thomas, Smith. As it's 4th down and 10, Marshall's going to have Drennan go in motion. Here's the snap. Steps up in the pocket. It's got a little time. Sidearm pass, 1st down and more, and Colin Crite goes to the house, and that's the first score of the night. The black team gambles here on 4th down and gets the touchdown.
6:47 to go. The black team gets the first score to go up 6-0. I want to talk about DJ Marshall in the pocket, just knowing how to step up. That just shows you that 1 year of experience that you get under your belt. You feel that pressure, and you're more comfortable back there in the pocket. You step up, you kind of roll out to his right, and makes a great throw to Colin Crite for the 6-point swing.
I really think DJ needs to tuck the ball a little bit more this year. He can evade the pressure when he's in that pocket, just like you saw there, and throws that little sidearm pass as the extra point's up. It's no good. I want to see him tuck the ball and take off and go get 4 to 6 yards every time.
Well, what that does, and even if he tucks the ball and gets -3, if they know he's going to run it or know that he is capable of running it or is willing to run it, I guess, that opens up so much for your guys downfield. Not only does it buy you some time for your guys to get open, but if they don't initially, they have to honor that. So everybody's going to stay home. They're not going to be able to really double team anybody. It just opens up so much more for your offense and gives you a chance to breathe later on down in the game, later on down the road in the ball game. Two Chicks Florissant Moore Gift Shop and Garden Center, your gift headquarters for every special occasion. Check them out. twochicksflorist.com or give them a call, 870-523-3514.
See Caden Johnson in at the safety. There's a guy coming back from injury as Nunk goes up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. Fideson's going to get to the 25-yard line. Be 2nd down and 5 here for the Orange.
Darius Reed, just one of those guys who's a difference maker on any team at any level. That guy is just a great athlete, has a football mind, football mentality, and
he's got to be the guy this year, I think.
Well, I think coming off the injury, he got hurt as a 10th grader at Osceola. was played some last year. This year is, like you said, he's got to be the guy, and I think he will. I think he wants to step up and take on that responsibility. And
second down and goes just over Kendall's head and bring up 3rd down and 4 with 6:06 to go from the 26-yard line here for the Orange. Andre Rodriguez. Talked about Braxton, talked about J.T. Warren, Noah Curtis, Taylon Smith, Seth Morales.
David Black going to be live down here and let us hear some game. Just going to hear some sounds of the field. Those Friday night sounds of the Hounds.
It did play, and I think the Orange moved first. But they're going to say offsides on the defense. Get the easy first down.
Well, that's good for the Hounds here, Hayden. I want to remind you about Subway inside the Newport Walmart. They bring us the Coaches Show each and every month on Cable 15 TV and on Facebook Live. The Sampson family. I want to thank those guys for sponsoring the Coaches Report. 6:04 to go here in the first quarter.
1st and 10 from the 31 for the Orange. Here's the snap. Little counter back to Dunk. Played well there from Godare as a host of Hounds come in to make the tackle.
That's good position defense right there. They're just staying home. Those linemen doing their job, reading their keys, and also good hard running there by Nunk.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm looking at the roster, and it's got Abel Robinson.
What's the call here, Coach?
White Buck.
White Buck coming right up.
At 6 foot 225, and buddy, he's closer to 325 than he is 225. I guarantee that.
He's a big man.
Here's a snap. Nunk right up the middle. Nunk running over folks. Pushes forward, and it looks like he'll have enough for a first down. That's what Jadarius Reed can bring to the table for you.
Just a hard-nosed runner, Hayden. He's just going to stick it up in there, find him some room, and make some room if there's not any. 5:15 to go. Clock still moving here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 2, as Hayden Schultz just reported. Want to remind you about Fathead Pizza. That's one word, all caps. Great pizza, fresh hot sandwiches, a salad supreme that's second to none. Call your order in at 870-201-1313 or stop by and see Joey and Marcus, local guys supporting the Greyhounds, the Hembry brothers.
Snap, go back to Nunk. Nunk up the middle. There's a big lick right there. I can't see a jersey number underneath, but it looks to me as if it's Caden Johnson from the safety.
I would say that's Caden Johnson. I would say.
Boy, what an injury he had to come back from, too. I mean, you talk about his brother having the injury and the setback, and then Caden last year getting hurt and now coming back off of that. Boy, those are just tough kids.
They're tough kids. They're good kids, man. Great young men. And
Braxton rolling out, tries to fit it in there to Griffin and played well there. I believe that's Noah Curtis in on the defensive side of the ball. It's 2nd and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Orange. 4:25 to go.
State Farm Insurance agent Andrew Roach is ready to help you combine home and auto and save in Newport and Jackson County. You can call 870-495-2024 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Andrew's office is located at 3105 Highway 367 North in Newport. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Snap, they go Keyron hitting the backfield and slips through but can't get through that one. This will be no gain, bring up 3rd down and 10.
I'm impressed with this D-line right here, Hayden. They played pretty well. You got 2 great running backs back there in the field in Nunk and Childress. And, 2 different style running backs, but nonetheless good players, and they're just stepping up and refusing to let those guys by the line of scrimmage.
Well, you talk about the 3 front. It gets a guy a break from last year where you had that 4 front or a guy that can come in and fill in for somebody. I just like going to the 3 front, giving you that extra linebacker, giving you those blitz packages, bringing in some stunts and things like that, because that's all the things you can do on that 3 front. It's 3rd down here. Braxton tries to fit it over and almost picked off from Johnson just through his hands.
He's beating himself up because he knew he had it. Just one of those things. You can't make them all. But great effort there by Caden Johnson with 3:34 to go here in the first quarter. White River Health System has the care you need 7 days a week. You can see Dr. Randall Hunt, Dr. Nicole Lawson, or APRN Marlo Hargrave for your primary care needs at the Newport Diagnostic Medical Clinic. Call 870-512-2500 for an appointment today. Here's the snap. Tried to kick, gets up.
Another high punt. It takes a good bounce, and Valentine will pick it up there at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the black team. We'll see if they can go score. Also mention Izzy Grady, Jacob Ozier, Landon Comier, Brady Cook, Matthew Riley, Robert Walling, Braden Taylor, Dalen Carter, and Cruz Gomez. Trying to get everybody mentioned as much as possible.
And some of them don't have on a number. You can't see a number underneath their black jersey. But we're going to do the best we can here.
To the 35-yard lines where they mark it with 3:34 to go. It's 1st and 10. That's Ballantyne in the backfield with Marshall.
I believe it's Curry at the wing back.
They go Ballantyne. Ballantyne get outside and played well there. 56, it looked like Will Keady on the tackle.
Oh, big Will Keady.
Want to get him in there. Will Keady at the defensive end position did a little stunt inside and just got by his guy.
Hard-nosed kid.
That's what I'm getting at is you can do those types of things with that 3 front. The 4 front, you can't do as many stunts and bringing guys because then it just becomes a jumbled mess in there and everybody gets blocked and then it's a touchdown.
There's no doubt. Yeah, you got 3 guys to beat as opposed to 4.
Mark Hinsley is a guy that loves to bring pressure. I know that. 2nd and 6 here. Marshall looks to throw, pump fake. Has a guy open and just misses him. As it'll bring up 3rd down and 6, and the clock will stop 2:48. Black team leading here 6-0.
Want to remind you about Farmers Tire Mart, where the rubber meets the road at 1501 Malcolm Avenue in Newport. We have tires for cars, trucks, tractors, trailers, ATVs, lawnmowers, and much, much more. Auto services available, including roadside assistance and mobile services. Give us a call, 870-523-6735, or check us out on Facebook at Farmers Tire Mart or on the web at www.farmerstiremart.com. 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. Black team leads it by 6, trying to go up by 2 scores.
Here's the snap, fake, and there's Marshall on a little quarterback keep. So he'll be pushed out of bounds near the 40, and it'll bring up 4th down and 5. They're going to go for it? I like it. Go for it.
Got to go for it, man.
It's easy to roll the dice in this game, ain't it?
Yeah, there's not much to lose.
It's a little different when you're playing Harding Academy for a chance to win the conference title and going for it, isn't it?
There's no doubt about it. A lot more riding on that one.
Offsides play, and nobody falls for it. Good discipline right there for the defense.
Yes, it was.
Snap. Marshall escapes pressure, gets out of bounds near the 45. We'll see where they'll finally mark. If he's shy, it'll be a turnover. Line judge looking at the 44. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Good defensive stop there.
Great stop there for the Orange team. As they'll return back to the offensive side of the football with 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. Black team leading 6-0. Orange team going to have a chance to tie this thing up, maybe even take the lead. El Puente Mexican Restaurant, best Mexican food in the world. You can dine in or call your order in and drive through. Lunch specials daily with excellent service. Go see Manuel Fuentes and all the gang at El Puente Mexican Restaurant.
Best field position here for the Orange team tonight. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Snap, handoff. There's Nunk. putting his head down and just fighting for all the yards he can get. He's inside the 40, around the 38.
I want to mention the effort of 18 there. Is that Braxton?
It's Perez.
That's what our roster says. He is blocking just about every play out here for Nunk. I love the effort.
Nunk staying on his feet, puts his head down, will have enough for the first down. That's what's good, too, because you get to hear exactly how practice goes. I know exactly how it goes. I know you didn't get to play for Hinesley with that kind of, enthusiasm is what I'll say.
I like it.
It's just so much passion and love. And
it's motivating. It will motivate you.
He talks to you like your dad talks to you. You do good, yes, sir. Hey, attaboy, good job. You mess up, he's going to let you know about it. Well, just fix it. He wants you to do your best.
That's right. He will get the best out of you.
Comes Kendall in motion. They go over to Nunk up the middle. Nunk fights. I believe that's B.J. Elston in on the tackle, but Nunk will get around 8 on the carry. Kendall looking like he's going to maybe step into a role for Theron right there with a little motion to get eyes on him.
And, that's great deception there. You bring that playmaker in motion, and you got to honor him. You have, everybody's going, oh, they're going to Kendall here. No, they give it underneath the Nunk, and what do you get? A first down. I love it. Great deception, great football play.
Be 1st and 10 from
game clock under 40 seconds and moving.
23, and then you go to the jet sweep to Kendall.
You set that play up, and hey, it's beautiful, beautiful.
There's a big lick right there. Colin Ellis on the sideline giving Kendall a little pop.
I like it. Game clock stops with 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Orange team will have a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Should have a couple more, with a chance to tie up the game and maybe take the lead.
Should be 2nd and 4 from the 17. Yeah, that's correct. I want to see a fade route down here at the bottom.
Oh, here it comes.
Snap. Throws a little wheel route out to Keyron, and Keyron, boy, if he catches that, he's going to the house.
Didn't see anybody that was really close to him, but the defensive pressure was good there that time. Couldn't tell who that was with the pressure. The black jersey. 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 3rd and 4. As the orange team is trying to get their first score.
When you run that trips to the top of the screen and that bottom, you have to star the trip side because there's so many athletes, and then you leave a guy like Kendall down here one-on-one in a real game, and you're just asking for touchdown after touchdown for the Hounds. As Keyron puts his foot in the ground and looks like he'll be brought down for a loss around the 20-yard line. The clock will roll here and bring up 4th down, and that will end the first quarter as the visitors, being the black team, up 6-0 here after 1.
Been a great defensive game thus far. Give me time to remind you about the Bank of England Mortgage in the Village Mall. You can see Kenny Thaxton for your home loans and refinancing options. Check out the refinancing rates. Call the office 870-495-3931 or Kenny's cell at 501-590-3346. David Black now down on the field with Coach Hinesley as Josh will pan that way. And here we go.
We're 1 quarter in, and talk a little bit about what you saw. We got 1 touchdown.
I don't like our leverage. That was black defense right there, right? So I don't like our leverage. I'm constantly saying, where's our Sam and where's our Bandit? Those are 2 guys that set our edges for us. That's been a concern all spring is are we setting that edge, especially when it's a field with a lot of space. Are we setting that edge, and is our Bandit, our other guy that's in the boundary, is he letting the ball cut back, across his face? So, that's what I'm really harping on. So a lot of times that's what I'm talking about, leverage.
I'll let you go and get down there and get some leverage going on. Thank you, Coach.
As Coach Hinsley sits there and leverage was the topic of discussion there, is what he wanted to say. So we'll start this second quarter. Give me the time to mention a lot of the coaches. I mean, obviously the head coach, athletic director, Mark Hinsley, Jordan Johnson, the offensive coordinator, Derek Ames, Rashad Billingsley, Jesse Frost, LeVar Neal, and Caleb Spears, the new hire for the Hounds, who's going to take over the baseball program and be an assistant coach here for the football team. So it's 4th down and 7 here from the 20. Braxton drops back, looks to throw, goes over the middle to Kendall. Kendall gets in the end zone, touchdown, Orange. I have a feeling we'll be saying that a lot this year. Isaiah Kendall over the middle for a touchdown. The Orange team's got a chance here to go up. It's 6-6 with 9:52 to go in the second quarter. Mark Chavez going to come in and kick the extra point here. Good snap, hold, kick, up and good.
We just want to check, see if the audio's working. Audio's good now, so we're solid as a rock.
Trying something new here on our switchboard, the mixer board. We're running David Black straight through our audio where we can hear what he's saying, where typically we can't when he's down on the sideline. We just kind of have to use the old-fashioned hand gestures.
We like the old guy to have some fun. I just hope he doesn't think he's going to do this all year.
Well,
they're not going to let him on the field.
You know, I wouldn't shock me if he tried or if he got down there a time or two.
1st and 10 for the Black team from the 20. That's Young up the middle and snuffed out there from the Orange team. No gain on the play there. Bring up 2nd down. They're going to give him a loss for a couple.
I want to remind you about Unity Health in Newport. It's your community health care provider with inpatient and outpatient care. We believe in the power of the people to create great care. We're more than 250 healthcare professionals strong. We work hard every day to be a place of healing, caring, and connection for patients and families in the community we call home. Newport, Arkansas, 1205 McLean Street in Newport. It's Unity Health.
2nd down and about 13 here. Here comes Crichton in motion. They run a little jet sweep, and that's Jadarius Reed on the outside all over it to bring up a loss here. Be 3rd down and long. With 8:45 to go in the second quarter.
I want to remind you about Delta Manufacturing Company. They're at 7901 Victory Boulevard. The Eves family, Dale and Mary, Amy and Todd Norris, been in the trailer business for a long, long time. Built his first one in his backyard and no doubt has been a success, nothing short of a success. You can give him a call, 870-523-8941. That's Delta Manufacturing Company. Everywhere you go, Hayden Schultz, you see a Delta trailer. Saw one in Springfield, Missouri last week. Matter of fact, saw 2.
3rd down and Amigan. Snap, Marshall Stepping up now in the pocket. Now he's going to take it and run and try to get as much as he can, and is hit. I think they're going to mark him shy of the 25, and black team will have to punt.
Orange team does its job there, going down to score and go ahead by 1, and then coming out and getting the stop. 7:29 to go here in the second quarter. Clock continues to move as we waiting on the punt.
Well, that's Jacob Ozier to punt. Run away, big fella. There's a boot. Doesn't take the hop he would like, but it'll be fielded at the 41. Orange team will take the field here for the offense.
$7:20 to go here in the second quarter.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 41. Snap, go right up the middle to Nunk. Nunk stiff arm. Head down, and he's not going to get broke down. Nunk's going to go the distance and cover a little real estate, a 41-yard halfback dive.
Well, I tell you what, that's some impressive running there by Jadarius Reed. He just refuses to go down, and those were not arm tackles or jersey tackles. Those guys had him wrapped up and were trying to drag him to the ground, and he just maintained just awesome balance and just to keep moving forward. That's just a lot of wheel right there, Hayden, just refusing to go down. Impressive.
We know he can be the guy 100%. As a 10th grader, I thought he was the guy, and didn't get a lot of carries on the offensive end. Was more of a defensive impact. But I think this year, if the Hounds want to make the run that they want to make, he's got to be one of the guys. As Orange will go for 2 here. Snap. Braxton nowhere to go. Sticks his head down. 2-point conversion is good. Well, I like the play call there to make it 15-6 now. Make it a 2-possession game. Look at Jordan Johnston.
Jordan Johnston getting it done.
Is he showing some favoritism here to the Orange?
Well, he just wants to put his guys in a position to see what they can overcome, and I think the black team will gladly accept the challenge. With 7:09 to go here in the second. Tent Pro, Sam Laster boys, HVAC professionals. Got all types of heating and air conditioning needs. Give Sam Laster a call, 501-827-3213.
It's 1st and 10 here for the black team from the 20. Valentine at the tailback. Fake. Marshall going to keep. Gets outside. Now Marshall with a little room and steps out of bounds. And I'm trying to listen to things going on in the field.
I enjoy hearing it too.
Well, it just takes you back because I know exactly what's going through the kid's head. I know exactly what Coach Hinsley is saying. I know both sides now. At the time as a kid, you're like, man, why is he riding me? And he just wants you best.
He wants your best, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what great coaches do. They expect you to give it your all, and that's what he's going to, it's what he will accept is your best. 6:23 to go here in the second quarter.
Snap. Marshall looks to throw. Going to throw the go route here. That's Caden Johnson going up and getting it. So he'll be inside the 50.
That was a great read by him to just kind of slow down and just take a couple long strides and let the ball go ahead and get there. just a great pass, but even great move and read on the ball.
Well,
there
you
by
get
Johnson.
in front of your guy once you beat him, and then you've got the chance to slow down with him behind you, and you've got a better opportunity to catch the football because if he does come over the top of you, you're going to get the 15 yards.
Get the 15 yards. It's a first down.
That's a veteran move
That's
there for a
veteran
senior.
move. That's exactly right. Well played there by Caden Johnson.
Well, DJ Marshall was on the money right there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
First and 10 from the 44 with 6:12 to go in the second quarter. Orange leading 15-6 over the black team. Now Ballantyne. Ballantyne sticks his head down, be inside the 40, around the 34-yard line. I just love how he runs. Ballantyne just shoots out of there like a cannon.
.540 to go here in the second quarter. Clock moving. We're having some discussion here. The old line.
Right now it's time to ask.
That's exactly right. Never a bad question.
Run a little counter back here to Ballantyne and played well right there. I believe that's Lewis in on the tackle.
It was a great job for him to get there and just hold on and wait for help.
If Ballantyne didn't have the black jersey on, he'd have never got tackled. He's got 2 jerseys on.
A lot more to grab, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's all it needs. But a good play right there from Lewis.
Watched the deal on Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's dad, Max McCaffrey's father. Longtime Denver Bronco. And he would do some things that were not typical in his day in football, like the small kicker shoulder pads, and he would cut pieces of his jersey off. He didn't want to get shirt tackled, didn't want to get jersey tackled. His boys kind of mentioned in the interview, Christian, he said, growing up, his dad always made him doctor his jersey, and, said he didn't want to see him get jersey tackled. It was not going to happen.
3rd and 5 from the 39. Snap. Ballantyne sticks his head down. He's going to be close to the first down. I believe he's going to get it now for sure. And on 3rd and 5, you can run a die play and get a first down against a Mark Hinsley defense. You're pretty good.
You're pretty salty. Speaks volumes for the athletes on this football team, Hayden. Under 4 to go. The clock continues to move here in the second quarter. Orange team leading 15-6 over the black team of Newport. I want to remind you about customized vision care. They always bring us a look back. That's Dr. Gavin McDowell and crew in the Village Mall at Newport, 870-523-3333. Go see them for all your vision needs, all your eye care.
Luckily, I got my mama's eyes and not my daddy's.
They did the kiss cam at Springfield, Hayden, and at the end of it, they said, if you can't see who you're kissing, go see so-and-so vision. I thought that's pretty clever. 3:11 now on the game clock. Play clock at 0. No delay of game penalty yet.
Snap, fake. Marshall going around, throws it over. I believe that's Malik Robinson, who they can't get to the ground, and he'll have enough for a first down inside around the 22-yard line. Malik, 10th grade. This will be a 10th grader coming up. Christian Kreitz' cousin. So he's got a little athleticism in him.
Yeah, no doubt about that. A little outside pressure there off the edge by Jadarius Reed, forcing Nunk to step up in the pocket and make a great throw.
First and 10 from the 22 with 2:20 to go until the half. Snap, handoff to Ballantyne, and played well, and that's Brady Cook all in the backfield.
He just blew that thing up. Marshall just got rid of the ball, and bam, he was there. There was no time to really read anything. 1:50 to go here in the second quarter. Orange team leading 15-6 over the black team. I want to remind you about Blue Bridge Brews and Bakery, specialty coffees and hot, iced or blended lattes, specialty teas and smoothies. Delectable treats like cupcakes, cookies, cinnamon rolls, cheesecakes, and muffins open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 5 on Saturdays. Order ahead for special orders. Stop by 2600 Doyle Street or call 870-512-9548. You can like our Facebook page to keep up with the latest news at Blue Bridge Brews and Bakery.
I don't know a coffee shop that's open 12 hours.
I don't either.
But I'll tell you this, you go by at 6 o'clock in the morning, there's somebody there, and you go by 6 p.m., there's somebody there.
And they got some mighty fine coffee.
Snap. Marshall looks to throw. Tries to go over the middle to Johnson, just over him, as it'll bring up third down here.
LeVar Neal to bat the ball away.
He just batted it away. He could have caught the pitch.
Oh, he could have took it all the way. He could have took it 95 yards for the pick six. I've seen him do it.
I bet he could still play.
There's no doubt. I watched him down here in warm-ups working with his defensive backs and throwing some passes. And he wasn't a quarterback. He was a defensive back and a wide receiver. And a darn good one, but he was heaving that ball to those guys, man. I thought, golly, what an arm, you know.
Rashad Billingsley, another one. I think he could dress. I think those two guys could dress out right now and play and help a team.
Well, they look exactly the same shape they were in when they played ball. I mean, so they obviously still stay in shape. Unlike you and me.
I lost it, didn't I? It's the handoff on third down and long to Ballin trying to get outside. There's a lick right there. That's Tristan Griffin.
Boy, bringing the wood.
Tristan Griffin is a guy on this team who I think is very underrated. A guy, every time he gets an opportunity, makes the moment. Remember at Hoxie, he had the big fumble strip early in the game, gave us the momentum. You start looking at other guys getting the football, and then here comes Griffin. And every time you throw it to him, it seems like he catches it.
He's always doing his job. He's always where he's supposed to be. I think he made a big pick at Harding, wasn't it?
Harding with a big pick, yeah.
Yep. Huge turnover.
That was to start the game, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was right. I mean, huge momentum play.
He is a big-time player.
I believe they call it clutch.
Under 10 to go, it'll be the last play for the half. As here's the snap, Marshall will have to go to the end zone. As he runs out, it's now going to stick his head down and go out of bounds, and that'll end the first half here. As the orange team leads 15-6 over the black team. Don't know how long of a half we will have. As we'll go down to the field to David Black.
Okay, I assume we're back on the field. Good audio. We're going to walk around right here. We're going to get us a little broadcast or two. They got a lot of things going on right over here, but we'll walk this way. Let these guys talk about their offensive strategies. Coach Johnson, come holler at me just a second. We're live right here, Facebook Live. Offense with 21 points in the first half. Your assessment of how the offense did?
Well, we still got a lot of blown assignments, still got a lot of work to do, but I like how physical our running backs are playing. I like the way our O-line's moving. To me, it looks like we're just a little bit more physical up front than we were last year, so I'm excited about that. But still got a lot of stuff to work on.
Anytime you split them up, you're not going to get the best offensive timing, but let me tell you what, I like the effort.
Yes, sir. Man, the effort's been good. They've been giving a lot of good effort in practice, too, up here last period. They've been coming out to work. I'm glad that the rest of the spring sports are over now, that we can all be together, because we got a lot of multi-sport athletes, which is good. But we hadn't been out here together just too long, so I'm excited about where we're going.
Awesome, man. Keep plugging.
Yes,
keep plugging. I've got to run over here and remind everybody that we are live. We're live on Facebook, and we just want to see if I didn't see any yellow on the flag. I didn't know yellow on the ground tonight. What happened?
That is by design, David. We won't let these kids play tonight. Yeah, that's right. Great coaching here. No need for flags tonight.
I appreciate. Let them play. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Now let's go back upstairs.
That's David Black in his element right there, if I've ever seen it. Boy, he just loves to do, loves the Greyhounds just as much as anybody ever been around. And, well, what a beautiful day for some football.
Absolutely. Late spring, early summer, one would say, but it feels like fall. Had a little cold front move in into this weekend. I guess this weekend was when it cooled down. But it makes you long for Friday night football, no doubt.
Well, it just gives you a little taste until the end of August. Get a little taste right here, early May, for what it's about to be. Well, we really, really look forward to. I mean, we always look forward to every sport, but, I mean, this is the one that kicks it off. This is the first one that kicks off, and then you go right into basketball, and then you go right into baseball, softball. I mean, you go into those things. And
yeah, the school year starts. You know, you're in summer workouts, and then when you go back to school after being off from summer break, it's football season. You know, you start immediately pretty much and hope to play 10, 11, maybe 12 weeks. Well, that's what everybody's dream is. That's what the goal is for
15
everyone.
is ideal.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, that's every kid's dream. But to have a chance to make a run and go to the playoffs is.
Depending on if we can still fill those spots that we didn't fill last year, I don't think anybody wants to play us, to be quite honest with you. We could possibly play 12, 13 games, 11 games, and be in the state finals.
There's no doubt about it. Who wants to play the Greyhounds? I wouldn't want to come in here and coach and play against these guys.
Well, you just come in here and it's just
different
the atmosphere. It's different. You go to different places and it's just not the same.
Well, it's a beautiful stadium. It's in a beautiful location. Got beautiful trees all around the stadium. Just a nice state-of-the-art facility.
For a AAA ball club.
That's right.
Snap right up the middle. That's Brady Cook with a big tackle on, I believe, C.J. Young. Let me tell you, if you can get in his way and stop his momentum, you're doing something, because I don't think I could. That guy's quads are big around my waist. I ain't kidding.
Nice size fella, ain't he?
I've never seen a 16-year-old kid built like that. I mean, that's like almost out of a factory.
Yeah, he looks pretty chiseled.
Well, he's looked like that since he was 10. I mean, this guy's just – he's a worker. He's a workhorse.
There's no doubt he puts in the time and the effort.
I think at first it was his daddy making him do it. Now I think he just goes and does it. Because I'll say, what's CJ doing? Oh, he's at the gym. He working out. He running. He's doing this. He's doing that. I mean, you talk about
that's what it takes.
Multi-sport athlete, too. Baseball player, a track star, plays basketball, plays football, does everything.
And I like that. I'm not crazy about I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but my opinion, I think you need to play as many as you can. And
most of the time, your best football players play another sport.
The old thinking was, well, if I just focus on this one, I'll be better at this. But I don't know if that's the case. In my opinion, I disagree, tend to disagree with that theory.
2nd and 11, Marshall is going to be brought down for a sack, and that's Brady Cook once again. And to hit off that, Ben, I totally agree with you, because it's just like anything. If you're only doing that, sometimes you might get burnt out on it, or you don't want to do it, you know what I mean? If you're just a football player, could you imagine just –
Well, there are certain skills that you use at different sports, and there's certain things that you have to prepare for in different sports. Basketball, one of those things is, you got to be in shape and conditioning, which will translate over on the football field. If you're in basketball condition, that's going to translate over. Where a lot of times in football, if you're not practicing every day and doing it full time, it would be easier to take some time off and not be in game shape as quick.
3rd and 16 with 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Marshall's brought down for a sack.
Pocket just keeps collapsing, and I see Brady Cook back there again. What a tremendous outing he's had this afternoon.
He's going to be one of the senior leaders on this team. The black team will jog off, and they'll have to punt this one. The orange team still leads 15-6. as they'll just mark off the punt. .440 to go here in the third quarter. So they just mark off the punt from be spotted at the 38-yard line. Orange team's got a chance to go score again here.
Not much scoring there in the second quarter. A lot of defense, a lot of great defense, I might add.
We're now in the third quarter. Nobody has scored in the third quarter at all. We'll see what they can dial up here. Jordan Johnston, Derek Ames, as we mentioned earlier. Antoine Hardaway down here. Coming in motion. Snap. Throws the bubble out to Perez, and it'll come up incomplete.
Just couldn't come down with it. 3:30 to go, 3:36 to go to be exact. Clock's still moving.
We got the cheerleaders here, and got a decent little crowd for just a scrimmage game. Might as well just open the concession stand and get those burgers rolling or something.
Some burgers, hot dog.
That's the thing that we didn't get to experience last football season. Didn't get to go to the concession stand and eat anything.
No, you sure didn't. And there were many days I sure would have went down and had me a couple double cheeseburgers.
2nd and 10 from the 38, under 3 to go in the third. Snap, Braxton looks to throw. He wants the deep shot as he's going to be brought down for a sack as Jacob Ozier almost had a chance for a pick. Nobody in his way and a chance for a pick six for the big man.
Oh, that would have been great. Still, nonetheless, great effort to bat the ball away. Good stop there. 3rd and 10 with 2:30 to go. Clock continues to move here in the third quarter. The orange team leading 15-6 over the black team.
It's a lineman's dream to go get you in the end
A
zone.
lineman's dream. That's exactly right.
Tried a couple times, never could get in. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 38 with 2:05 to go here in the third. Snap going dunk up the middle. Holds on to him is C.J. Young. And bring up 4th down at about 7. Looks like the orange team will go for it. Fourth and 6 from the 34. Snap, Braxton looks to throw. And they're going to get him listed for a sack. And that's Jaden Godare back there with the sack. And a turnover on down. So the black team still hanging in this thing. Got a chance to go score now.
Minute 10 to go. Clock moving here in the third. As Hayden Schultz said, going to get a chance to put some more points on the board. The big stop there.
How about a shot right here? First play.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Honestly, I don't think I can be an offense coordinator because I'm just too risky up here. And I love taking shots and slinging that thing. I like to score immediately, Ben. I don't like to be patient. I don't rock nobody to sleep.
It's hard to do as an offensive coordinator. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. Just take your time, and know when to take your shot. If you take your shot too often, then your shot's not real effective.
Valentine, there's a big lick. That's Hardaway back there.
The veteran Hardaway coming in and bringing that hat. With 13 seconds to go here in the third. Game clock should expire.
And it'll end the quarter, and we'll go down to David Black on the field.
We've played 3. And Coach Hansley going to get a little water right here. Still 15-6.
The crowd got stirred up with his shirt tossing time. I noticed it got a little wilder over there. I was like, what did we do? But it's shirt toss time. Okay, that's good fun.
Well, we'll just turn back around, look at the camera, and then 3 quarters, we'll talk more about it, the total effort at the end of the game. But how do you feel through 3 quarters?
Same thing. It's like I told the as far as from a defensive perspective, the leverage thing like we talked about a while ago, played a little more passive than I want to see them play, but not terrible. I think the exact opposite of what our black team didn't do, our orange team is doing. They're setting really good edges. They're having good safety support, coverage a little bit better on that end. So offensively, I mean, Jadarius Reed running the football, I mean, that's made a difference for one team and not the other. So, and I think that's what you're seeing is a better run effort from one team as opposed to the other one.
Coach, you talk about a spring football game. You talk about the crowd. I mean, look at the people who have shown up for a spring football game.
I'll tell you what, and that's what, if I could do more, I wish I could have food trucks all over the place. I wish we could have a bouncy castle if we could. I mean, the more fun on the spring game, the better. I mean, that's just how it goes. So it is exciting to see this, and it's been safe so far. Everything's been good, and good football. It's good to see.
We'll see you at the end of the game. Thank you, my friend.
Coach Hansley, O-line guy back in the day, he knows. Let's get some food in here. I'll tell you what, next year we're going to get a food truck in here.
We're going to have some tacos, taco truck.
I'll eat whatever right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry myself, and I'm not too picky. Might go have me some El Puente, Fathead.
Just hit them all up.
Maybe a little bit of everything. Just get a.
Caitlin was gone all week last week, and usually we'll eat supper together, and she wasn't here. I ate El Puente 3 times, and I believe I ate Fatheads the other 2.
Well, when you're batching it, man,
when I'm by myself, I'm going to eat like a king.
Eat like a king, he said. I can't blame you.
I spaced them out, though. I didn't go back-to-back nights.
I could. Honestly, I could eat El Puente every day. I mean, I could eat it every day. Either lunch or supper, or maybe some days I might eat it lunch and supper. I've got about 10 go-tos. And just whatever I'm feeling at the time, that's what I go with. Got the Super Nacho. You got the Chili Verde. Ranchero Special.
Ben also drinks a gallon of salsa. He doesn't even eat it with his chip. He just drinks it.
I just bring it to me in a cup. I'll eat an occasional chip with it every now and then.
We went there, did that first show. They brought a bowl. I went to get a chip, dipped it in there. Went to get another chip. Salsa was gone. I said, jeez.
I love it. What can I say?
I said, hey, man, you're going to have to bring about 6 bowls.
Well, they know. They usually bring me about 3 when I get there. They're here. And we're back. Calling for the black offense. Score is 15-6. The orange team is leading. Black team will take the field on offense, so have a chance to put up some more points. Got 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. I like our effort so far. I like what we've seen. I've seen a lot of positives, seen some things we need to work on, but it's the springtime, and you're supposed to have things you need to work on. As Jordan Johnson mentioned in his interview, these guys have not been a complete unit due to the other spring sports.
That's a good problem to have, and that's what he said. That's a good problem to have. Is the track team ended up going to state, and I believe both track teams had, boys and girls had competing. I think both in the 4x100. And that's what Jordan was talking about, the track team. This is at the sports banquet, this is a school that should dominate track.
No doubt about it.
Here we go. We got 8 minutes to decide a winner. Is Marshall going to air it out long? It's going to come up incomplete. There's Tristan Griffin in there on coverage.
That's a good job of coverage there by the secondary. Childress
Marshall just he just throws like a shortstop, don't he?
He does.
He just
Patrick
looks.
Mahomes style, just
Yeah.
rear back and chunk it.
He can throw the deep ball and he can get out of the pocket and do that little side arm, even though a lot of people don't like it. But I saw it all last year and it worked just about every time.
You know, it's hard to say anything about a guy's form or about something like that if it's working. Matter of fact, it's impossible. There's nothing you can say. You can say, well, that may not be.
I've never heard a coach say, now, I love that we scored, but I don't like how you threw it.
That's exactly right. They said, hey, I don't know how you threw it like that, but I'm glad you did.
Well, Colin Kraut just pointed at Isaiah and said, come get you some over here.
Uh-oh.
I like that.
Competitors. They want to compete.
It's 3rd down and 12 here. Marshall looks to throw, and now he'll just tuck it. Get inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Bring up 4th down at about 7.
.6:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. Clock continues to move.
Well, you got to go for it here if you're the black team.
Well, for all the marbles, Hayden. Down a couple scores. Need this conversion right here. You need to get you a 1st down to have a chance to stay in the ball game.
Under 6 to go here in the 4th. 4th and 8. C.J. Elliott in the ball game. So do the long count. And offense is going to jump.
Not what we needed there on 4th and long. Make it 4th and longer. 5:30 to go. Clock continues to move here in the 4th. Orange team with a 2-possession lead, 15-6 to be exact.
From the 37. Fourth and long. Marshall looks back, scrambles out of the pocket, has nowhere to go. And they're going to say he never got touched. Now they'll mark him over here. Well, the side judge here never blew the whistle, but it'll be a turnover here for the black, and it looks as if the orange can hold off here and get them a victory.
4:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. .408 to go.
First and 10 here from the 44 for the orange. Snap. Handoff Nunk. Tries to cut back. Still on his feet. Nunk gets outside, sticks his head down inside the 30, and finally brought down over there by the cheerleaders.
Woo. That young man just runs with some enthusiasm, to say the least, Hayden.
Cheerleaders got to be ready, too. Get ready for Friday nights. That'll be a 1st down. And Heinze said after the 3rd quarter that really a big difference in it right now is Jadarius Reed running the football for the orange team.
Well, he's doing what we all know that he can do and have seen him do time and time again. Difference maker. .250 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's
First and 10 from the 29-yard line. See if the Orange can get some more points on the board here. Snap. Handoff. There's Nunk. Once again. Get one, maybe two on the play. Bring up 2nd and 9 now with 2:05 to go in the contest. Trying to get some things figured out here. Snap. Braxton looks to throw. There's a sack there off the edge. Timeout here, Coach Hinsley. That was Noah Curtis in on the sack.
Yeah, some pressure from the edge there. A little stunt, and I like it. Nothing fancy, just bringing the heat, but hey, it worked. Clock will stop on the timeout with 1:26 to go. Orange team leading 15-6 over the black team. Overall, I'm impressed with the effort here tonight by these Hounds. Look to have a promising future.
Get the timeout worked out here. 3rd down and 9 from the 28. Snap. There's a little counter play. Played well again from the black team. Bring up 4th down here. Coach Johnson wants another timeout. I like it. Stop it at 1:15. Make the Orange team gamble here. How about a pick 6 for the black?
Woo, wouldn't that be exciting?
Right here is where you go all out. If you got a chance to jump one, you jump it. We'll go ahead and try to mention again as many players as we can. Number 1, Isaiah Kendall. Also Eli Alcorn, Tristan Griffin, B.J. Elston, Colin Cright, Jabril Ballantyne, Antoine Hardaway, Jadarius Reed, Chris Young, Brendan Curry, Caden Johnson, D.J. Marshall, Devin Braxton, Josh Drennan, J.T. Warren, Noah Curtis, Kylan Ellis, Kieron Childress, Taylon Smith, Seth Morales, Robert Clark, C.J. Elliott, Malik Robinson, Jeremiah Godare, Oliver Dolman. As here's the snap on 4th down. Braxton looks to throw. Throws and comes up incomplete, and the black team's going to get a chance here.
That's all you can ask for, and that's why Coach Hinsley called those 2 timeouts, to give yourself a chance.
Jaden Godare, Jadarius Thomas, Mark Chavez, Karan Lewis, Andre Rodriguez, Izzy Grady, Jacob Ozier, Landon Comier, Jacoby Rowland, Will Keedy, Brady Cook, Matthew Riley, Abel Robinson, Robert Walling, Braden Taylor, Dalian Carter, Cruz Gomez, Jeremy Jarrett, Thomas Coach Range, it's the roster that we have, and that's going to be your 2021-2022 Newport Greyhounds.
Promising squad.
Snap. Marshall throws. Are they going to give him a catch? They give him the catch. I like it. Kylan Kripe with the catch there. 45 seconds to go. You got to take a shot here. How about a deep one? Making it as most game-like as they can, other than no laundry on the field. But I can do without that anyways.
I could always do without that.
They said that AAA's having a problem getting referees and maybe possibly going to Saturday games. And if that's the case, I say you still play on Fridays and you just tell the other school, hey, we ain't got a referee. We're just going to play. How about that? Play some old street ball, baby. No holding, no pass interference, no unnecessary roughness. I like it.
Just let them play, huh?
Let them play.
No blood, no foul.
Marshall looks to throw through Kreit's hands. Kendall in on the defensive play as gives the swipe gesture as in not over here, and it's just through Kylan's hands. He had him beat on the route. That's what Mark Hines had given him. He said, really? Really, you going to do that right now? He beat you. But it goes in the book as an incompletion. Snap, Marshall. He's got time, looks to throw. Got Caden Johnson over the middle. Stiff arm. And gets tackled.
27 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
Look at him going to the hurry up. It's going to spike it. I like it.
.23 seconds remaining. Black team has a chance to score here. Should be able to get 2, maybe 3 plays, depending on what takes place, how quick they can get back on the football, and if they can get a first down. But you just need 1, Hayden.
You are correct there, my friend. Here's the snap, fakes the jet sweep. Marshall looks to throw. Just going to sell that one out of bounds.
Good decision by Marshall just to get rid of it and stop the clock. 15 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter. What are you doing here, Hayden? You're the OC.
Well, like I said, I take a lot of shots, and I also do a lot of crazy stuff. I'm a big hook and ladder guy. And I don't know necessarily right now is the time to run a trick play because it's late, and things like that. But
Would you still run a trick play?
I'd run a hook and ladder right here. I bring a guy in motion.
I like it.
Run a little curl route, pitch back to the guy that came in motion.
It's beautiful.
You're not looking for it in a scrimmage game, guaranteed.
Sure not. Nunt gets there for the sack.
Marshall will take the sack, and that's going to end it here as the scrimmage game. Orange team's going to win on the scoreboard, but everybody wins because the Hounds win tonight.
That's absolutely right, Hayden Schultz. The Greyhounds have a combined score of 21 points. Offense has been stellar tonight. Defense has been great as well. we're now going to go down to the field and hear from David Black.
Well, we'll walk this way and maybe get a few words and see what Coach Hinsley has to say to the team. And be interesting. We always like to know what he says down here. I guess that'll be okay.
You just saying you did learn something. I just got to call it out. Okay, good. Hey, here's what I've learned from a defensive standpoint, guys. We've got to find guys that have good edges. Okay, it's the same thing like I talked about in practice. I've got to have good safety support players. So I got to find safeties that are not only understand. And I think me and Coach, we talked about this from the get-go, guys. Is a safety in this style of defense has to be very good and run and pass first, but then also be able to flip that switch and get downhill on the run. Okay, it's a real hard position. It really is. It's something that we're going to have to learn and get good at and find two guys that will trust to do that. So I think that's what that showed us. And I saw some good things out of a couple guys. D-line, just like I've been saying, we've got to stay really disciplined at taking out that guard's hip. If you don't do your job, we're going to see on the film that B-gap's going to open up and it puts that linebacker in a two-gap responsibility. He can't do that. It's not meant to do that, all right? We've got to really crash down on the guard's hip. Corners, we've got to stay on our coverage. There was a few times that we saw corners looking in the backfield as opposed to reading their two. So what do we have to do? We have to go clamp all night. Well, when you go clamp all night, it kind of makes you a little weaker on the edge. So we've got to find a way to do our job and do it every single time and not go off and do your own thing. We've got to do what we're told to do, okay? Coach, offensively, what we've seen?
Man, I saw some good things. I saw a lot of times where people didn't know what they were doing either. Man, more consistency in practice and more consistency paying attention when you're not in. Because there's a lot of dudes I see sitting in the back that could easily be getting a lot of reps. And then when you got in the game tonight, you didn't know what to do, and that hurt us. Guys on offense, if there's one dude that doesn't know what they're doing, it screws the whole thing up. You guys that are competing for some of those spots, especially H-back, tight end, I saw some good things, but, man, of all the stuff that we've been installing for a whole month, that you got to come up and keep asking me questions, guys, you got to know that stuff. It's time. But other than that, man, I like the physicality up front. I like the fact that we made plays. Q's made plays, running backs made plays, receivers made plays. We have some good playmakers, but we've got to be in the right spot to do it.
Hey, I saw two things that I did not see last year that made me very, very excited tonight. I saw a quarterback that got out of the pocket and ran a little bit. I think I saw some read game, too, right there where we got outside on the edge. And then I saw a running game, okay? Now, I saw it more when Knuckles in there, but I even saw it, I think, with the man. I'm trying to remember a play with the man where he got a good cutback. So, a good hard first down run. So, I like seeing running the football, but that, and we all know that I'm holding the running backs out. You know who gets the yardage. Y'all know, right? Okay. I like seeing the running back. I like seeing the quarterback mobility. I like seeing that stuff because from a defensive standpoint, when I'm sitting back there and we've got locked coverage on everybody and I'm sitting there grinning, then what happens? Quarterback shoots out the back door, and then we've got another problem. So a mobile quarterback makes a lot of problems. It makes you play 12 on 11 is what it does from a defense standpoint. So we've got to have that. We've got to have a good running game. And off a good running game, we get a good play-action game, which is what I really, really like because it really speeds up linebacker out. So saw a lot of good things. Hopefully the video will show a lot more good things. But we have two camera views. We're going to have, okay, good. So you're going to see high and low. So you're going to see everything you want to see. If you want, or not if you want to, anything that you want cloth washable, lay it in the middle of the floor, and we'll try to get that washed. Any injuries? Everybody good? That's perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. If you got anything, make sure Hoyt knows about it before you leave. You're not getting your car without letting us know that, okay? Questions, comments? Now, orange one. All right, so here's the first prize we're going to get. I'm going to open up the coolers. Do you have anything you want to add to the coolers? Okay, that'll be the first thing. And then I may have another surprise for you, okay? But if you're the black team, sorry, you got to go. Okay? All right, here we go. Hands on three. Thank you.
We're going to take a minute to visit with LeVar and then take a minute to visit with Coach Hinsley. But we'll get LeVar over here to talk with us just a second. Newport High School graduate and now a University of Arkansas at Monticello graduate. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tell me about this process that it's taken. You were down there several years ago. You hadn't gotten the degree, and it was important to you to get the sheet of paper, to get the distinction, to get the honor of being a college graduate. Talk about that process.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well, as you know, I was awarded a football scholarship out of Newport, Arkansas, to go and play football at the University of Arkansas Monticello. I spent 5 years there, and unfortunately, different things happened in life, and it kept me from getting my degree at the time. Moved to Jonesboro and lived there for a few years, and just began to get that itch of what I really want to do, and that was to coach. So I got the opportunity about 3 years ago to come back home and work as a paraprofessional, and Coach Honsley brought me on the staff as a volunteer. And again, some of the messages I preach to kids is just never to give up, and you always need to finish what you started. So by preaching that message, I mean, I had to live that message, and that's what led me back to going to the university and finishing my degree over the last 2 years. That way I can actually be a certified coach here at the great town of Newport, Arkansas. So.
Well, there's no doubt that anytime somebody comes home, I know you poured your heart and soul into this program when you were a player, and you're doing more so as an adult and as a coach, and you're starting from the young kids all the way up to the high school kids. Just talk a little bit about what it means to you to be back in Newport and giving back to your community.
Well, there, Mr. Black, I mean, it's kind of how I was raised. I had a lot of different gentlemen throughout the community that coached me and taught me different sports, and I mean, would even pick me up from my grandmother's house and do different things for me. So that's kind of what I try to do now, is just give back to our kids and give back to our community, and just again, teaching kids some of the things that I was taught, some of the values, and truly what it means to be here in Newport and to be a Greyhound, and just to be able to follow in the footsteps of guys like Coach Keedy and Coach Black and Coach Mathis, and I mean, even Coach Watley and Coach Branham, some of the other guys that I actually play for. But, man, I mean, it's just an honor to be back home and actually be able to do what I love to do and give back to our community and our kids. So,
LeVar, thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Black.
All right, we'll take her back upstairs. Bye.